I don't want to pull a Jeff.
Or John.
I know. I was gonna I was gonna let it go. I really
No,
was.
no,
But
I'm willing to own up to my mistakes.
that's okay. Andrew reminded me of that the other night when we recorded
Did he?
District 9. Yeah, he did. He's like, yeah. I said, yeah, I heard. This is what happens when I let John run things. No, I'm kidding.
Oops. Eh, you're not far off,
Oh,
buddy. You're not far off.
so
It was so nice. I wasn't recording anything. I happened to stop by. I already have a bunch of stuff signed by him, so I didn't bring anything to sign. I waited in line. Only probably took me about 15 minutes or so. Timothy Zahn was at
oh,
C2E2. Yeah.
nice.
He had been at, I want to say like 8 or 9 years ago, he had been at a little teeny tiny convention that our local county was putting on at our county fairgrounds. Uh,
Hmm.
how they roped him in for that one, I have no clue. Um, but we saw he was going to be there. So my son and I, my son was probably 8 or 9 at the time. We had been reading all the Thrawn trilogy books for bedtime
Yep.
stories.
Hmm.
And so we took all of his books. He had the original like hardback books from when they first got released,
Mm.
all tattered and everything else. And so we brought those to get those signed. And there was nobody else there when we first got to his table. Nobody was there. He wasn't even sitting at his table. And we thought, oh no, we missed him. And the person sitting at his table was like, oh no, he just went to the bathroom. He'll be back in a second. And I thought, oh yeah, but then there's going to be like a bunch of people lined up to talk to. No, there was nobody there to talk to
Oh,
him.
wow.
So he was just kind of sitting there doing his thing. He spent the next, I don't even know how long, just talking to my son, like, hey, what did you like about the books? And then what are you reading now? Like, what do you, and just the nicest guy in
Ah,
the world.
love
So
that.
I saw that he was going to be at C2E2, and I saw there was a little bit of a line to get his stuff signed. And so I'm like, you know what? I don't need anything signed. I don't, I'm good. I'm just gonna wait in line and I'm gonna tell him thank you. I'm gonna show him the picture of him with my son from 9 years ago and say, hey, I don't know if you remember this. My son loved it. He still talks about it. I just wanted to stop and say thank you. I don't need anything signed. I don't I'm not gonna waste your time
Hmm.
on any of that. And still the nicest guy in the world. He's like, yeah, I remember being there. I remember that little tiny show, and he's like, yeah, that was a lot of fun. I said, yeah, it's weird to think that was like 9 years ago, but like that kind of meant the world to my son. He thought it was so cool to be able to meet the author of these books we had been reading.
That's
Hmm.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember.
I've met him like 2, 3 times now. Nicest guy in the world.
Yeah, I actually follow him on social media. He does a lot of posts and he always is posting where he's at. So that's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
Man, I remember reading that first Zahn trilogy and just be like, where are these movies?
yeah.
It's like,
I'm
they're all
still
too
saying
friggin'. Yeah, well, they're all too friggin' old. So um,
Yeah.
that's okay. All right. So any questions before we get started?
Yeah, I'm ready to talk about R2D2.
He's starting already.
You
Just
haven't
bear
started
with me.
counting yet. Just wait.
I know I'm not even going to anymore. Not with you. Not with you. I do have a little bit of some production notes just because there was a lot to say and I still edited it down quite a bit because I don't want to put people to sleep. But anyway, so if you guys have any, I'll reach out to you. If you guys have any trivia you guys want to share, we'll do it after that, and then we'll move into our. That was totally wicked. So all right, if we are ready.
Always.
what's that?
Hello and welcome to A Galaxy Far, Far Away. I am your coaxium smuggler, Dayton Johnson. We are recording on May the 4th. And what better way to celebrate Star Wars Day than recording another Star Wars episode? It's time to meet the members of my crew. He has the best voice in podcasting, and he's the host of the 30 something movie podcast. Welcome back, John Reid.
Guys, I have a really good feeling about this.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. Thanks for coming back. Last time we discussed the original trilogy. You were here when we did Rogue One. So when I thought we're going to cover Solo, you were the first person I reached out to. So I'm glad you're able to make it back with us.
Any chance to talk Star Wars, I'm here.
That's right. Have to think of something next year. Maybe we'll hit one of the seasons or one of the series. So um, give some love to like the Acolyte or something. All right. He is
Mm.
the guy that helps me keep the podcast running. It's Disney John.
Hey, and I'm happy to be back to talk about this movie. It's one of the most underrated, I think, movies that the Star Wars era has put out.
I would agree with that statement. So, yes, we are discussing the 2018 standalone film, Solo, A Star Wars Story.